Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a project that tackles a huge question in our modern world. How can we actually trust that something is real? We're talking about everything from the stuff we buy to the credentials we see online. This project wants to build a whole new standard for authenticity.
You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. You're about to drop some serious cash on something, or you're checking someone out online, and that little voice in your head asks, "Can I really trust this?" That feeling of uncertainty is everywhere, and it's not just in our heads. It's a real systemic problem. And when I say it's a problem, I mean it's a huge one. The global market for just counterfeit goods is a multi-billion-dollar industry. That is a staggering amount of money being funneled into fakes, which doesn't just hurt the big brands, it can put all of us at risk.
So this whole mess? The team behind QBIT actually has a name for it: the crisis of trust. It's this growing divide between what we see and what's actually real, and it's hitting us in both the physical world and our digital lives.
You can really see this crisis playing out on two main battlegrounds. On one side, you've got product counterfeiting. That's pretty straightforward. It costs companies a fortune and can be a real safety issue for us. But on the other side, you have digital identity fraud. We're talking fake degrees, fake licenses, and that stuff eats away at the very trust we place in our institutions and in people's qualifications.
So, how in the world do you even start to fix a problem this big? Well, the answer this project presents is blockchain technology. And they're not just talking about it. They've built two core tools that are already up and running to tackle both sides of this crisis.
So the first tool goes after digital identity fraud by putting things like certificates on a blockchain. Now the magic here is what's called an immutable ledger. Just think of it like a digital record book that once something is written in it, it can never be changed. It's kind of like a super-powered digital notary, creating this permanent, unforgeable proof that something is legit.
Okay, so what about physical stuff? Well, the second tool is for that, and it's designed to be super simple for anyone to use. A brand puts a special QR code on its product, you just pull out your phone, scan it, and the app instantly checks that code against the unchangeable blockchain record. And boom, you get a confirmation telling you if it's real. It's fast, it's secure, and pretty much anyone can do it.
Now, you can have the coolest tech in the world, but if nobody uses it, what's the point, right? This is where their integration with a platform called WorldChain gets really interesting. By plugging into WorldChain, they make sure every user is a real human, not a bot. But even more important, it gives them instant access to a base of over 30 million people, which helps solve that massive problem of getting users on board from day one.
Okay, so you have these two really powerful verification tools, but what glues them together? And how do you get people to actually use them? Well, that's where the QBIT token comes into play. It's designed to be the economic engine, the fuel, for this whole ecosystem of trust.
First thing to know, there's a fixed number of tokens, which is key for creating scarcity and long-term value. And you can see how they're being allocated. Yeah, some will help fund the project through sales, but the lion's share is poured right back into developing the ecosystem, marketing, and making sure the founders are invested for the long haul.
And this is absolutely crucial. QBIT is a utility token. That means it's not just something you buy and hold, hoping it goes up. It's designed to be used. It's what you'll use to get rewards for verifying stuff, to run referral programs, and to buy and sell things inside their upcoming app. It has a real job to do.
And they're being super transparent about where the money from their initial coin offering, or ICO, is actually going. You can see the main focus is on building out that app for users and putting the reward systems in place. All the things you need to get people excited and using the platform.
So you might be thinking, okay, great idea, but is any of this real yet? Well, this isn't just some concept on a whiteboard. This project has a very clear roadmap, and they've already built and delivered the most fundamental parts of their vision.
Let's just walk through it. Phase 1. Building the core tech for the IDs and QR codes. That's done. It's live. Right now they're in Phase 2, which is the ICO to raise capital. What's next? Launching the mini app and all the reward programs. And way down the line, they have a vision for a whole decentralized marketplace for verified goods. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground. Let's boil it all down. What are the key things you really need to remember from all this? You know, this quote from their own white paper really just nails it. The ambition here is not small. They're trying to create a totally new yardstick for how we prove something is authentic. And their token is the engine that makes it all run. If you want to understand the whole project in like 30 seconds, this is it. First, you have the problem. this crisis of trust from all the fakes out there. Then you have the solution, a two-part system using blockchain IDs and QR codes. And finally, you have the unifier, the QBIT token, which is the fuel that powers the whole machine.
Oh, and one more thing that's really important to know. This isn't just a project running on hopes and dreams. It's led by its co-founders, Wanapat Rajwanichakorn and Piawat Thanawanwanit. But it's also backed by a whole group of established companies, which gives it a solid foundation of business smarts and access to the market.
So in the end, everything comes down to this one massive question. The entire project is a bet that the answer is yes. It's an incredibly bold vision. The idea that you can use a crypto token and blockchain to solve one of the most basic problems of our time. It's a pretty provocative thought to leave you with.